Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. I have a 2v2 for you all here on... I forgot what this one was called. Well, that's silly of me. I know it's a vanilla Community Heroes 2 map though. Anyway, let's go for the players. It's the Western Front battle. Representing the Allies, we have Mist Moon as the United States without a commander. And, if we load, there we go. Arranged Karma as Mechanized Company for the United States, going straight out the gate with Mechanized Cavalry Troopers rather than Riflemen. I like to see that. Represent the Germans. We have Deviant as Mechanisierte for the Waffen-SS. And Mr. Dat as Strafdivision for the Wehrmacht. This should be fascinating. Looks like we already have some relation on engaging with some Sturm Pioneers who rushed up very far. But we have the Cavalry Troopers quickly coming out here. The unique Rifleman squad you can get if you're playing as Mechanized in the United States. Generally, I'd say you always go for these guys over normal Riflemen if you're playing them as Mechanized, but that's just my opinion. I like them a lot. Meanwhile, the Americans are trying to fight out against the Sturm Pioneers here. It looks like Deviant is going for just the cheaper Waffen-SS Grenadiers today. Nice to see. I appreciate people using their doctrinal troops. I believe Straf got changed. As in, you cannot get the Straf-Truppen out the gate anymore, but I'm not sure. Because it does not show up on the toolbar. Oh, so many good riflemen getting some shots in there. Sturm Pioneers have to run off. Folks, Grenadiers against Richardson and Mechanized Riflemen. They are in a very bad position right now. I don't know why he's talking about the nerf on the Americans. They've already been nerfed. They might just be joking. Just need to remember all the American rifle units and such, basic infantry, now 50% slower unless you get the technology in the Lieutenant building. So they're much less potent early game. But Americans still have semi-auto weaponry, so you always remember that. Looks like we have more Mechanized Troopers coming up here. You can see just how slow they're firing at the moment. Pineapple going out though. Right in the trench. Pioneer's dead. That's a bad loss there for the Wehrmacht. Wehrmacht has to pull back. I don't think these folks, Grenadiers, can hold long. Brandflasche going out though. Oh, Brandflasche kills that Mechanized squad. And more folks Grenadiers on the field. Being equipped with some MP40s. Probably a good choice, all things considering. Oh, we also have early Lieutenant coming out here for the Wehrmacht. Good to see. More of the IFSS Grenadiers holding up down here. Using their K98s in barrage fire. Looks like we also have a commander choice. That looks like it's Ranger. So Ranger and Mechanized. Generally a good combination. Generally, most American commanders are pretty good together, so there's always that. Americans is just very versatile. I think Americans and the Soviet Union is the most versatile of all the factions, in all honesty, what they can get. We also have a 30 cal coming up here. This is going to be an air-cooled version, using the MG34 model. Trying to rip into these Grenadiers behind heavy cover. Trying to do some volley fire with their K98s. Folks, Grenadiers are trying to rush up here, jumping into the trench. That's forcing the 30 cal back. Just wants to be fired from that many angles. The Lieutenant is also supervising the front line. More Pioneers called in. Mechanized Troopers are starting to get weaponry though. One has already gotten a BAR. Do we have an upgrade yet?
The supply line just got cut off.
They are going for a tech up now, so they could get the 50% faster upgrade shortly. Which will definitely improve the firepower of the American squads. Grenades being exchanged. So the Germans got the better of that one. Oh, half-track moving up here for the Waffen-SS. Utilize the advantage of them being Mechanisierte, which means they can get these basic half-tracks that cost no fuel. Giving them a very potent mobile weapons platform early on. Like we are only 4 minutes into the game and already have armored half-tracks, so that explains a lot. That's the power of Mechanisierte. Excuse me. Lieutenant securing the fuel up here, so the Americans are slowly getting pincered in. Ooh, and these Grenadiers are actually getting some good shots out here because they're behind heavy cover. Heavy cover is always important. After I can get some shots in though. Trying to cover their retreat.
Grenadier are on the line.
FNG with a 50 caliber though. Missing. Ooh, Panzerbüchse got a good shot in. Oh, a 50 caliber got another shot. Half-track has to back off. Oh, we now have Straftruppen on the field here. Unique unit available to Strafdivision. Basically a very cheap penal unit available to the Germans. I believe the change was that you now require command points to get them. So you can't get them up the gate anymore. We also have the unique Storm Pioneers now available to stuff. Cool to see. So we're seeing a lot of the unique units.
Officers are now available for transfer to
We also have an armored car driving here for the United States with a cavalry trooper inside. 50 caliber and 30 caliber on it. Making it a very potent little mobile weapons platform. We are getting 80 gun out. For the Americans.
Lieutenant reporting in for duty.
Now the Americans might go for that upgrade if they get the manpower. I really think that upgrade is essential to grab as the Americans as soon as possible now. Lieutenant has no AT weaponry. Oh, they do have a flamethrower though. So that might be a problem for that armored car.
We are losing a sector.
If the flamethrower gets upgraded in time. There's the flamethrower. But it's still gonna be mowed down, I think. Did do a bit of damage though, but not enough. MG-34 is now being equipped with on the SS Grenadier. After quickly moving around with its Panzerbüchse. It's like a tank hunting half-track. DBSH and the Storm Grenadiers and also MP40s. Here it comes. Destroying the 50 caliber. And destroying it with some armor-piercing bullets, very nice. Which is based off the half-track overall. It's still shooting despite losing its gun. That seems like an unintentional bug. We also have an armored car here riding for the Germans.
Our brave infantry is
80 gun is keeping an eye out though. Broadmoor on the fields. Quad 50 caliber machine guns. That's a lot of MG-34s though, so very nice to see. Lots of firepower on all these Grenadier. Germans have somewhat been pushed back at the moment. Broadmoor is going to make it very hard though. Because the Germans don't really have any AT apart from that Panzerbüchse. Broadmoor cuts down a squad. And the Panzerbüchse half-track is quickly moving around. Trying to deal with this half-track. We also have another half-track here right for the Mechanisierte. This one just with a normal 50 caliber on top. Probably to serve as a reinforced point. 2 on the field though, that'll counter the 50 caliber, especially with Radpanzer being upgraded. Panzerbüchse would be the perfect counter here, because the Broadmoor needs to turn its gun. Oh, they actually destroyed it! But it has to back off. Ooh, that's not good. That's a very potent early anti-vehicle setup, actually. Very good success of the half-track there. Half-track also down up here thanks to the 222. Kettenhunde on the fields. Now a 5-man police squad. Let's talk about this unit actually just becoming another recruitable unit for the Germans or something. In the future patch, I think. Last time I checked the Discord. Americans are base locked. Really? That was quick. I think the Americans are gonna need to do something else though, because this is a... This is not looking good for the United States. They are getting a Stuart though. Ooh, and an M20, I think. Ooh, nice to see the M20. I like to see people using some stuff we don't normally see. So the Americans are gonna move together here. They want to just get that point back, because they need to get some resources. I think that mobile half-track is just proving to be a little bit of a nuisance. 22 canister shots. It can get quite close to these guys, because they have no AT weaponry apart from a Panzerknacker. Forcing the Grenadiers back there. Stuart leads the way. Working well as a light anti-infantry support tank. which I don't actually think the Panzerbüchse can pierce, at least frontally. Black emplacement going up, that might not last for long though. Goes with the M20 around with its 50 caliber. Oh, looks like this, it might be hunting for the 222. Oh, it's definitely hunting for the 222. Because I think the 222's gun can actually pierce it, so... Cool, 50 caliber getting shots in there. Yeah, that flag emplacement's not gonna last. Yeah, that's a lot of rifle fire, killing it. 222 takes out the scout car. Well, armored car, I think is the better word. Americans could use this flag now to their advantage. Pack though is setting up somewhere. He cannot hit the Stuart from this angle. American riflemen are quickly rushing out here. The mechanized troopers. Flag is being crewed here by the Americans. Utilizing the German weapon they found on the ground. M20 is slowly getting shots in up here. It's been suppressed though, so they cannot fire out anymore. But the American mechanized troopers are really pushing up now. I think they got their upgrades. They did. Which is why they're able to fire a lot faster now. As you can see, they're firing a lot faster. That's a lot of machine guns still from the Germans. But they just don't have anything to stop the Stuart. Yeah, the Stuart's just being a menace to them at the moment. Panzer F1 is coming out though, which could fight the Stuart pretty handily, I think. They could get the territory? Ah, it might be a mechanized ability, where it's like their light vehicles can capture territory. M20 just cutting into the staff pioneers here. Yeah, so they can capture territory, okay. Volksgrenadiers haven't been equipped with Panzerfaust yet. The Americans are quickly getting some ground back thanks to that Stuart. I think the F1 needs to focus on the Stuart first. It seems like the more present threat. Looks like it is going to do so. Another crowd more arriving for the United States. Here it comes. I don't think this is just going to survive this. Oh, no penetration on the first one. Crowd more opening fire. That's a very bad spot to be a lot of German infantry. Like if that Crowdmore gets a good burst in, that's going to be a lot of dead Germans. There we go, Sturmpioneer is dead. The Crowdmore is really dangerous to deal with as infantry, as you can see. Well, now it has to be low. There we go. Just cutting them down. What 50 calibers, everyone? Pack 40 has arrived though. Taking it out. Well, take out the crew anyway. Now, the mechanized troopers don't have any AT equipment, so Stuart's trying to flank. That's what's using his 45mm. Got a small penetration, actually. Very impressive, the little Stuart. That is a lot of German machine guns still. And 20 could start capturing ground now. Looks like that's going to be what its job is. Suddenly the Americans took a lot of ground back. They might be in for quite a longer battle here. Spotting scope now equipped on the Stuart. Allowing it to see further, I believe. It is quite far, actually. Well, that might be thanks to these mechanized troopers. Not a lot of fighting has been going on down here, though, so it looks like the Germans have this kind of safe. But the Americans have a good chunk of the map, finally. Allowing them to compete resource-wise. I think they have both munitions points, actually. That's a big deal. Now the Germans are almost base-locked on this flank. The Companies are going to try something alongside the Kettenhunde. Kettenhunde armed with a lot of MP40s. Oh, they're using tactical advance as well. Very nice. But the M20 can get flanking shots. Forcing the Germans off. Don't underestimate the 50 caliber on the M20. Good to see people are using the doctoral stuff. I always appreciate it. Speaking of doctoral stuff, we're gonna see the baby tiger. Oh my god. We're actually gonna see the baby tiger. An up-armored Panzer II that actually has ridiculously high frontal armor, as I understand.
Get ready, guys.
That's so cool. I do appreciate people are doing that nowadays. I want to see more doctrinal stuff. Let's see. Not a lot of units here on the southern flank for the Mechanized Theater, but they have dug in. MG42 arriving. F1 here. Loading a high explosive utility with that AT gun. Got penetrated though. Oh, Stu is gonna be cheeky there. Here's the Panzer II Lux. Well, not Lux, but Panzer IV 2J. So this is the baby tiger. With higher frontal armor than a Sherman, by the way. The basic Sherman, 100 more. That's a ridiculously high frontal armor for such a small vehicle. Like here we have a Panzer IV J command tank. It only has 40 more armor rating than this Panzer II. Absolutely ridiculous little armored thing. I think the Americans are gonna have trouble piercing this thing actually. It's a good feeling with the infantry too because it has an autocannon. Panzer IV J takes out the Stuart. Here's the baby tiger. There's actually not many threats to it at the moment, just this 80 gun I think. Because the 50 caliber gun could not do much to this thing. Americans are trying to push into the southern flank now. Probing it anyway. Panzer IV J is leading the way. Spearheading. Lots of the Germans armed with automatic weaponry pushing up. Ooh, gunner injured on the Panzer IV J. 80 gun cleared out though, and the Germans keep advancing. Baby Tiger leads the way. I did not expect to see a baby tiger. That's so cool. Let's see, Americans are still pushing down here now. Germans with their machine guns are doing their best to try and hold. But they have to pull back to better positions. They need to keep at long range when fighting the Americans. Lots of artillery landing around that little house. It looks like the Grenadiers are holding on thanks to the MG34s and heavy cover. Okay, well, we have lots of troops pushing up here. The Storm Pioneers are working very far. With MP40s and PBS-8s. The Kettenhunde also leading the front line. That's a lot of automatic firepower for the Germans at the moment. F1 and Baby Tiger moving up. The Baby Tiger is always a good choice against infantry, so I appreciate it. Oh, bazooka shot! Overshot though. Germans are going for the point up there. The Panzer IV J took a rifle grenade down here. Another Panzer IV J coming out for the Germans. Germans are trying to push up here. Big fight by the trench area. Storm Pioneers should move them down. That's a pineapple inside the trench though. But I think all the automatic weaponry is really perking out. Kettenhunde did die, however.
A fresh officer has arrived.
Storm Pioneers are falling back after that. American on the north flank lost practically everything in a short amount of time there. Did the Baby Tiger go down? Oh no, the Baby Tiger went down. I completely missed it. That makes me feel sad. Unit I have not seen in a long time, and then it just dies. 40 HQ set up here by the Mechanized Theater. Panzer IV J has got an MG42 on top. And Command Tank J also moving up as well. Got a little bit of a Panzerkampfgruppe. I'll take out the gunner there. There we go. 80 gun has been decrewed. That's the opening the German tanks were waiting for. These American infantry only have rifle grenades, which is not going to do much to the front of these tanks.
We just lost a unit.
Then we have the grenadiers coming up behind the tanks. They have to stick behind them. You cannot get suppressed when you're behind a tank, by the way. And it does provide a good amount of cover. Oh yeah, the Americans are suffering heavy losses here. Well, mobility lost on one Panzer IV though, so it's gonna be stuck in a few seconds. There we go, it's been immobilized. But the Americans are lacking stuff to penetrate at the moment. We do have a 3-inch, no, that's actually just a normal 57 coming up, double 57 actually. A3 Sherman coming out for the mechanized though. We're gonna get a very good Sherman variant out. Germans are securing much of the northern front now, however. MP40 is quickly rushing up with their Volkskanonier. Laftos are being kept back in the base, apparently. Walkettenhunde has been called in. And I don't think those riflemen is gonna last long, thanks to the Lieutenant also being around. Oh, Lieutenant took some big shots there from the BAR, but he managed to get flamethrower off. Here's the A3.
We lost an infantry unit.
Ooh, and the Panzer IV J is still immobilized out here in the road. 57s are getting shots at a long range. There we go, Panzer IV J down.
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
The man tank has to move around, I think. A3 is opening fire now. F1 is nearby, however. Breaking through the wall. I don't think the F1 wants to fight an A3 frontally. The A3 is a little bit more armored than you'd think. I don't underestimate the A3 Sherman. Or just any Sherman in general. So we have some artillery down here. A2 Sherman arriving on the southern flank. A little bit more basic than the A3. The A3 has 300 or so more armor rating. 380 more armor rating. No wonder the A3 is so scary. But Germans are starting to take some shots here. A3 leading the way against this pack. Well, that's actually 57.
Enemy is attempting to steal
No penetrations available on it.
a pack gun.
Boy, the Panzer T-34 call in. There's also a howitzer. The Germans are going all out at the moment. It looks like the howitzer is aiming for the American base. Pretty long range shots there. Not the most accurate without having something to zero in the shots. But the A3 Sherman is going to be very hard for them to deal with, I think. A2 Sherman is moving something else, so looks like moving northwards. Panzer IV J against the A3. Ooh, it's been stunned. There it goes. Good job, Panzer IV J, and boy, the Panzer T-34. Probably not the kind of tank the Americans were expecting to see. Boy, the Panzer basically being a term of the Germans utilizing captured tanks, I'm pretty sure. Germans had a tendency to use a lot of captured equipment. They could get their hands in working order. Ooh, artillery's getting some good shots in there. Ooh, T-34 could get a shot in there. Panzer IV J has not been penetrated there. Panzer with side skirts. Penetration though. Ooh. Yeah, Sherman is not designed to fight T-34, so the other way around. Oh, Panzer IV J command tank down. Not sure who would win, a T-34 or a Sherman. Here's another A3. I was using high explosive shells, no wonder it wasn't doing anything. Oh, A3 got a penetrating shot there. I don't think that the T-34 is going to survive this. And that ghost has been decrewed. I need to take out that 57. High explosive shell loaded. Overshot, but still kills the crew there. Another Panzer IV quickly rushing up. No penetration there on the A3. There's also the A2 nearby. Ooh, and good teamwork there from the two Shermans. Coordinating with their radio net.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
It does work for allied vehicles, the radio net. As you saw, now they moved away. They lost the radio net buff down there in the corner. So Shermans of various different American players can still coordinate. Like, radio net should not be underestimated. It really makes Shermans able to work really well in unison. Because they all fire faster and move faster.
Unit ready and on the field.
You know, because they are coordinating and speaking with one another. Ooh, that was... Was that a direct hit from a howitzer? Didn't destroy the Sherman, though. So I guess the howitzer is flying in this area now. Okay, the Americans are going to try and steal this Panzer IV. But that could be useful. A3's flying up the road, though there's not a lot to stop it. There's no AT-1s, but they do have Panzerknackers, but they have to get up close to it that way. A3's just cutting through the German infantry. It's going for the howitzer.
Combat unit ready for action.
We do have a Stuk arriving. Cleared out the crew and machine guns. Stuk is now opening fire. Panzer IV is also rushing up there. Oh, mobility lost on the A3. Smoke shield to cover that flank. But the A3 stuck. There it goes.
A medium tank was
Americans will grab the Panzer IV though, moving it back for repairs. And as T-34 might get into American hands shortly, which is not something I thought I'd see. Americans might want to get inside the T-34 soon and get it out of there. Ooh, Panzer IV gets shot there by a 3-inch. Forcing it back for smoke. Looks like we have a penal pack gun coming up here. T-34 grabbed by the Americans and getting away.
armor here.
An American T-34. I never thought I'd see that. That's hilarious. A2 shipping getting some shots in there from a flak. Half-track arriving here. The Hanomag, I'm pretty sure this one is. It's taken out though. The surviving command team gets out, however. A2's not gonna last long, I feel. Pack is trying to get a shot in. There we go. American T-34s around. Oh my god. They might get Panzerfaust here by the Folks Grenadiers though. Oh, it might actually survive. Oh, because it's using high explosive shells. No wonder it's good against infantry. Yeah, another A3 in the field though. Lost his drive on the Stuk. Got a penetrating shot on the A3 though. But you don't want to lose that A3. The A3 is quite costly as a German, I'm pretty sure. Have a look. Ah, only 80 fuel. It's actually not that bad. Wow, why would you ever get the normal A2 if you can get the A3? Like,
Send your orders.
no reason to ever get the A2 if you can get the A3. That's for damn sure.
Anti-tank. Rear echelon troops on the front line.
T-34 is trying to get some shots in here, but that's not gonna work. Oh, Pack did not penetrate! Oh, that's unfortunate for the Germans. Looks like the howitzer is going to be cleared out, but this time the T-34 will go down. Oh, this one's also Panzerfaust!
Has been killed.
Panzer IV is on the hunt though, and Panzerfaust gets it. American T-34 is now gone for good. A2 did not get a penetration there. A3 is moving ahead with some mechanized troopers. That's going to be a very hard fight. Ooh, they almost crashed into each other there. Ooh, Panzerfaust on the Sherman though, killing it. Moved a little bit too far up, I think.
Medium tank.
But the Americans are getting close to the base again. Pineapple on the howitzer. This howitzer is not having a good time. And here comes the German infantry. They're trying to steal the pack, but that's not going to get away, I think. And that's a lot of automatic firepower.
Allied AT gun has been destroyed.
Although the Americans have lost a lot of troops on the northern flank. But the amount of... Oh, here's the Captain Panzer IV as well. There's so many fun little things going on here. I think the recon team as well on the southern flank here with a 30 caliber. Oh, howitzer being set up here by the Americans. Looks like it's the long Tom, as the Rangers can get. Very potent howitzer. Looks like it's in counter barrage mode at the moment, in case the Germans use their howitzer again. American rear echelons on the field and another A3. They actually don't have any mechanized troopers left. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Sherman ready to go.
A2 trying to move up here. Panzer IV still around. Didn't penetrate. A2 is pushing up here to try and get a shot in. There's a side blocker in the way there. Got a Panzer IV nearby. But we have the American Panzer IV on the flank here. Over penetration on the A2. Panzer IV goes in for the kill. Americans clearly don't know how to calibrate the German gun. The sights on it because they're missing all their shots. Another A3 arriving here. Oh, the A3 is scary, especially if they could get upgraded with their high explosive shells from Thunder Run. That would definitely make a very good deal with all this German infantry.
Capture point is being overrun. Ready. Go ahead.
Oh, these guys do a Panzerfaust though. I think the German has to back off. Oh, they managed to back off in time.
Send over. Send your orders.
So much action right now. Oh, the Rangers just only have the Panzer IV. That's such a weird little thing that's going on here. Like that troops got to try to fight the Kettenhunde, which is not going to work. They've been suppressed by all the MP40s coming our way. There's too much automatic fire. Grenade down right in front of them. Very smart. But it's not going to be enough, I think. And before this almost killed the mechanized troopers there. Ooh, J, A3 and American J against this command J. Another J coming in to intercept. Such an awkward battle. One J down.
Heavy armor has been lost.
And another J down. Looks like the American J survives for now. A3 takes a shot from a Panzerfaust. They have to pull back for repairs. Oh boy. Germans have lost a lot of units. They are getting a Panzer IV-H now though, which is a much better version than the J. Actually, I think they're identical apart from one thing, and that being that obviously the H can use a high explosive shell, but also that the H doesn't have a hand crank turret like the J does. So it can actually turn its turret much faster. .50 calibers and 30 calibers from the tanks opening up. Along with their cannons, obviously. Repair station being set up here by the front line of the United States.
New unit ready and on the field.
And more mechanized troopers arriving. Equipped with BARs. Oh, A3 got hit by a pack! Wow.
A medium tank was just lost.
That's really shell sliding. That's gonna make the long Tom get into action. Turning itself to face the German howitzer, I mean. Ooh, but the Germans are targeting it. Let's see if that's going to get a long-term shot up. Yeah, long-term shot coming out. Doesn't hit. But the howitzer is going to get decrewed by the mechanized troopers. Lots of BARs pulling up here. Slow fire beyond Ranger Lieutenant. But it looks like the Americans are starting to advance a lot, even threatening the southern fuel point finally. Here's the Panzer IV from the United States. Not from the United States, from the American. Oh my god! It's just everyone has been switching and using each other's weapons. The Germans, the Staff Division has the Panzer IV now. It's like a weapon switcheroo or something. People are using each other's equipment all the time. At least when it comes to terms of armor. Oh yeah, looks like the Mechanized troops are not doing well down here. Not a Panzer IV coming out for the Waffen-SS. Lots of MP40, still the Volksgrenadier. Looks like they're still somewhat healthy. And the Americans need to get some better tanks to deal with than H, I think. Because the H is not that bad. It's also got a pretty decent armor, 840, so it's the same as the J then. Oh, the J only has 800 actually. Also, it doesn't have high explosives. Oh, because it's upgraded it. It no longer has a high explosive. It has a heat instead. Stu 42 coming out. That might help. Another Panzer IV here for the Mechanized. But all of the Grenadiers are starting to get suppressed by the graveyard. Probably thanks to this 30 caliber here. Oh, so long time has been remanded here. And the Germans are securing the northern flank again. There's the lack of American presence at the moment. He's going for a deep assault here. And the Grenadiers are ready to move again. Some of them are equipped with Gewehr 43s now. Oh, long Tom shot right there behind the H. Staff troops leading the way. With some Kettenhunde nearby. I think the Kettenhunde only buff staff troops, so yeah, that's a lot. That's actually some good buffs. Except that they're easy to hit, of course. Because the Kettenhunde is making them actually take risks. Ooh, but the Americans are lacking in units up here still. Just a lot of AT guns now. Here's the Stu. A howitzer mounted on the Stu chassis. J is sprawling with the other J. Very interesting match so far, that's for damn sure. Ooh, a long time fighting overhead there. Oh, we have a jumbo tank finally arriving, an up-armored Sherman unique to a Ranger. I think that's going to be a problem for the Germans to deal with, because I don't think they have anything that can fight that reliably. I suppose the Stu could with a heat shell, but I think that's about it. Ooh, the Stu's willing to flank. That could be very bad for the United States. Yeah, good shot right there. The Stu is a very good support vehicle, that's kind of its purpose. As you can see, taking out the 80-gun team there. Lots of German infantry hold up in the trench. Even a half-man is present with his pipe, of all things. But the Americans are getting close to throw a pineapple grenade here. Oh, they're being mowed down still by the Kettenhunde, however. And the Stu is keeping the Americans off the flank. American J is moving up. We'll have to see what happens here. Another jumbo being prepared. Let's see, what's the jumbo? There it is. Let's see if I can do any changes here in the battlefield. Ooh, Jumbo's moving up. It doesn't have any sight though.
Where's that coming from?
Looks like Jay gets the first shot in. Jumbo's focusing on the Stu. Good choice.
The enemy is overrunning one of our captured
Stu's loading a heat shell. Doesn't penetrate. That's exploding on the front plate. American J finally down.
We just lost a medium tank.
Jumbo has a brawl with a lot of panzers here. Got penetrated there. And it gets taken out. Oh, that's bad luck. Oh, yeah, not looking good for the Allies now. The German panzers are moving up. You also have an EC8 here now for the mechanized. Generally one of the pinnacles of German designs. Very good gun, very high rate of fire, very good armor, good mobility. Overall, just this thing is a very good tank. The best German variant, probably. Less armor than the Jumbo, though, but it just fires so fast and it's accurate on the move. Thanks to his gyroscope, I think? The gyro stabilizer? And there's still a lot of fighting going on here over the center. EC8 leading the way forwards. Germans lost a lot of their units still. Seconds 2 coming out now. 50 caliber now ripping into many of the Germans as it drives by. German front line is still trying to hold on with what little they have left. They're getting more replacement grenadiers. Now we have a German major on the front line. Okay, so even the high leadership of the combat forces on the field. EC got a good penetrating shot. Heat shell loaded. Ooh. Mobility lost on the EC. That's gonna get immobilized shortly. There it goes. That's a good change to the mobility lost thing, so it's not instant. I like that. Also, if you have a high-ranking SS unit here that's gonna get killed shortly. EC being repaired by the faction ability. Vehicle's crew self-repair. Pack gun is shearing in on it though. Smoke popped around itself. But it looks like all of the grenadiers and another Stu's coming up. More staff troops called in as well. Germans are shoving penal troops into this fight. White phosphorus on the pack. Oh, Stu kills the SS troops. Oh. And the EC8 can just reload so fast, as you can see. Like, the EC8 is a very hard thing to deal with, as you can tell. It fires really fast. More grenadiers pulling up here. But I think the EC8 is gonna hold despite being immobilized there. The machine guns are just working out too well for it. Let's see. Rainer's not getting any new tanks. No new tanks coming out here for the mechanized. We're seeing another Panzer 4H arriving for the Staff Division. Oh, we also have a mechanized combat force arriving. We're gonna try and flank the EC8, that's a smart move. But the EC8 can turn its gun very fast. Oh, penetrating though, and they jammed the turret! They can just relocate now, because the turret is jammed. I think that prevents the turret from even moving for a while. Oh, there we go, it's fixed again. Mechanized is getting very far behind the enemy line here. So far it's actually working for them, so I suppose good choice for them. They're still trying to repair this EC8 as much as they can. They're still holding the ground. High explosive loaded. Doesn't hit.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
And staff troops are lacking AT equipment, so they can't really fight it. You do have the Panzer 4H arriving. And the Germans are preventing the EZ from being repaired at the moment, so there's that. H is getting penetrating shots at long range though. White Fox is still in the way. He's still loaded by the H. Let's see if we'll stop it. There we go. Easy, finally down. But a second EZ has arrived. But the H is a little bit more of a harder fight than the J's have been, so it has to be cautious. But a good penetration there. It's using APCR. Oh, got shot on the side though, and it gets taken out. Oh, we're not looking good for the Germans now. Hey, well, the Americans are still advancing. That's what Jay trying to drive up here. Now the long Tom is starting to hit the German base area. And the machine guns are tanking into the American infantry out here in the road. So the Germans called it GG at this point. Yeah. No reason to fight longer at this point. The Americans kind of won this. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Bye-bye.